Hi there, this is Kavita Mardekar. Welcome to my channel Crochet Creations by Kavita Mardekar. We are making today this beautiful stitch. This is Pine's puff stitch. We are making here some puffs and shells. We are using these peaks and valleys for this beautiful texture. So let's start. For this stitch we need multiple of 8 plus 2 stitches, and I'm taking 34 chain here. I'm using 4 ply yarn and hook size is 3.5 mm. So let's start with 34 chain. In this stitch we are starting with this half shell and then we continue with the complete shell and last with again a half shell. So for that we start with, in the second chain from the hook we will make a single crochet here, and then 2 chain, and then we will make 5 single crochet first, and for that we will skip 1 chain here and then start for the 5 single crochet. So two, 3, 4 and 5. After 5 single crochet we will make 4 chain, and after making 4 chain we skip 3 chains from the foundation. So in the 4th chain we will insert hook and make 5 single crochet in the next stitches. So in these 5 next stitches we will make single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So after making 5 single crochet we again make this like this window. For that we will make 4 chain and we will skip 3 from the base chain. So 5 single crochet and then this 4 chain, and I'll skip these 3 stitches, and in the 4th I'll make a single crochet and 4 more single crochet. So total 5 single crochets here. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. In these stitches I'll make single crochet. So perfect. I have completed these 5 single crochet and the 3rd window is also completed. Now again make 4 chains and then skip 3 chains from the foundation, and in the 4th insert hook and make 5 single crochet in the next stitches. So 1. So this is how we have completed this one more window here. 2 and 3, 4 and 5, we will make single crochets here. Now in the last we'll make 2 chain, like here we have made 2 chain and a single crochet, like that we end on this side also the same way. We'll make 2 chain and skip this second last, and in this last we'll make 1 single crochet, and this is how we complete our row. So now we will make 4 chains and we turn our work, make 1 chain more, and we will make 4 DC. We are making this a half shell in this first window. So for that shell we will make 4 DC in this 2 chain space. Three and 4. So after making 4 DC, we will make a single crochet in this third stitch. So skip 2 stitches, and in this third stitch we are making a single crochet here. And now we start our shell in this window. So in this window we will make 4 DC, 2 chain and 4 DC shell. So first 1, 2, 3 and 4. Perfect. After making 4 DCs, we'll make 2 chain and make again 4 DC in this same chain space. So after making these 4 DC, 2 chain, you can make 3 chains also here, any number, So this is how we can complete our first shell here. And now we will make a single crochet, skip 2 stitches, and in the third stitch we will make single crochet. Perfect. After that, in this window again we make a next shell. For that we will make 4 DC, 2 chain and 4 DC. So let's start. So like this, 4 DC, 2 chain, 4 DC and skip 2 stitches, and in the third stitch we are making a single crochet. Again we make a shell here by 4 DC, 2 chain and 4 DC. One, 2, 3 and 4 DC completed. So now we'll make 2 chain. After making 2 chain, we make again 4 DC here. third, yarn over, insert your hook, pull through 2 and again pull through 2, and this is how we have completed our fourth DC. And now a single crochet, skip 2 stitches, and in the third we'll make a single crochet, and then in this last, like this part, we will make only 4 DCs and 2 chain. So we will make here in this part 4 DC, after making 4 DC I'll make 2 chain and a DC in this first single crochet. Just to make a straight edge, we are making this last DC here every time. In this last single crochet, insert your hook and pull through 2 loops, and again we have 2 loops, so pull through 2 and perfect. This is how our second row is completed. Now for the third row we are using these stitches of the valley, towards the valley, which are towards the valley. So we are using these stitches. Before that we will make 5 turning chain, and every time on the peak of the shell we make shell only. So here this is the half shell, so we are creating half shell here. So turn your project and make 4 DC first. Two, 3 and 4. After making 4 DC, we will use, for the puff stitch, we are using these 4 stitches of the shell, then a single crochet here, the 5th, and these 4. So total 9 stitches we are using for the puff. So our first, this is actually scattered puff, so yarn over and insert the hook in the first DC and pull the yarn up to the height of the previous stitch. Then again yarn over and insert the hook in the second stitch and again pull through that stitch and give a height. Next in the third, yarn over and in the third and pull. In the fourth, in the fourth and pull. And now here there is a single crochet, we insert our hook, yarn over and insert that hook in this single crochet and pull through it. Again yarn over and we are using these 4 stitches now. So yarn over and 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th, the last. And now we have to pull, grab the yarn and pull through all the stitches carefully like this. We have 2 loops left on the hook. Now pull it little tight and now pull through all the loops on the hook. This is how we have closed the eyes of this puff stitch. And now we are now here on the peak So every time on this peak we will make a shell of 4DC, 2 chain and 4DC. So let's start our 4DC. Third and 4DC. Sorry. 4DC. After making 4DC, we'll make 2 chain and then again in the same space we'll make 4DC. And this is a 4th DC. So see. Now again we will make this puff stitch with the 4 stitches and a single crochet here and then these 4. So total 9 stitches we have at the same time on our hook. So insert the hook here, yarn over, insert the hook in the second and pull through it. Again yarn over in the third and pull in the fourth and now in this single crochet yarn over and insert in it. Then in these 4 we will work, so yarn over and pull through it, again yarn over and in the next and in the next and in the last. So we have total 9 stitches and we will pull through all these stitches at the same time. Carefully. I have to grab this yarn again. So pull through all the loops carefully and we have last 2 loops on the hook. Pull it tightly and then pull through both the loops together, and this is how we are closing this eye. And now we'll make a shell stitch with 4DC, 2 chain and 4DC here on the peak of the shell. So let's make it. So after making this shell we will make again the puff stitches in all these 9 stitches. So let's do. So I have done this much. Now here again in this second from the peak and the first, yarn over, insert the hook in the head of the DC and pull through it, and we have all the stitches here on the hook. Now we will grab the yarn and pull through all the stitches carefully and make it tight by pulling this thread, and now pull through both the loops, and this is how we will. Now we will make a shell here. After making this puff stitch in all these stitches, we will make shell and again we will make puff stitch here. In this last chain we will make this half shell again. So for that we will make 4 DC and chain. So after making 4 DC we will make 2 chain, 1 2, and we will insert our hook in this first, second and third chain from the previous row, first, second and third chain, and we'll make 1 DC there. To make this straight edge, we are making this, and we always, every row we are creating this 2 chain space, so that after turning our project 4 and 5 chain, after turning this project we can make our next half shell here in this 2 chain space. So let's make again. To start this, we always start with 4 DC in this 2 chain space, so let's make it. After making this 4 DC, we will make here in this eye space of this scattered puff stitch, we'll make 1 puff here with 5 DC here, 5 times inserting hook in this eye space. So yarn over 1, pull it up to the height of the previous stitch. Now again insert the hook and pull through it, and we are making such 5 times. So 3, 4 and 5. And now grab the yarn and pull through all the except this last, and now we have 2 loops, so close the eye like this. Now after making this 1 puff stitch, we will make a shell stitch here. We every time we are making shell in this center part of the shell, and we are making puff in this valley stitch. So in third row we made in second row we made this scattered puff, and in this fourth row we have made a single puff in this 1 space only. We are not making again and again that scattered puff, but in this row we are making 1 puff only. So let's make a shell here. So after making shell, I'll make again here in this center of this eye or shell, scattered puff stitch, single puff stitch like this with 5 times yarn over, and pull it and do this same 5 times again in this same chain space. Now grab the yarn and pull through all the stitches, and now we have 2 stitches, and like this we will close the tie. Now we will make again here shell, and then 1 puff here in this valley, again shell here, and a puff stitch here in this valley. So like we will complete this row. So in the last, after making this last puff, I'll make 4 DC here in the chain space, 4 DC, 2 chain, and a DC in this last chains here, and this is how we'll complete this row. So I'm making here 4 DC now. Thank you for watching this video. So add these 4 rows again here, and we can make a beautiful project like cardigans. Baby cardigans looks beautiful, then the soft and stretchy soft blankets also. This stitch is useful for blankets and afghans, and it looks beautiful on beanies, also looks beautiful with this stitch. So just add these 4 rows again and again, and you will get the your desired height, or the height of that your project you wish. Thank you. So there are so many new stitches I'm going to upload now. So please like, share and subscribe, and just press that bell icon for the notification.